So we have watched Sir Lewis Hamilton soft launch a non-alcoholic beverage brand over the last few weeks and months. And there was a time where we were like, oh, maybe it's music. And nope, surprise, it is non-alcoholic tequila, which agave beverage. Almavé is what has been revealed to us going into the Mexico GP.
I I think there's two things here. One is I have zero idea what this drink will taste like. I ordered it mostly because I don't understand the idea of an agave drink that's not tequila, because it's, to me, tequila just tastes like alcohol. So how is it non-alcoholic? I don't understand. So let's start there. What is this thing going to taste like when it arrives at my doorstep, besides just being a really cool looking bottle that I'll be excited to have on my bar cart?
Yeah, the bottle's beautiful. Like all of the branding is stunning, which like is no surprise. But I think agave beverages, and I think this is gonna just burn. So I'm intrigued to see you get yours and for your review, and then I will decide based on that whether I will buy. Again, I 1989 Taylor's version. I have only been able to spend Swifty money this weekend, so it's have not been able to touch my F1 reserve money just yet. So I do want to try it. I'm wondering if maybe there'll be like certain F1 races, or like maybe there'll be like bars or something. They should do a brand activation in Vegas. Lewis Hamilton, I know you're a big fan of the pod, and LH44, all of the members of the team. So the brand activation that you're definitely going to do in Vegas for this. Can't wait to see it, right?
I agree that Vegas to me feels like the best and worst place to promote a non-alcoholic drink ever. The non-alcoholic drink space has been this like really growing market. Like people who have been paying attention to this. Not only in F1 do they heavily promote like non-alcoholic beers. Now that comes from a space of regulation. Like Heineken really just wants you to buy Heineken, but they have to promote the 00 Heineken because they're not allowed to promote drinking in relation to cars going fast, because drinking and driving and all the reasons why people shouldn't do that. But even outside of F1, like I think it was Bud Light and Heineken and like all these brands have launched non-alcoholic versions. There's been a trend in people under 35 heavily they want to be able to go out with their friends and drink, but they don't actually want to consume alcohol. So like non-alcoholic spirits has been a growing market. So this is a very trendy investment that Lewis has made into this brand.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I see it, Lewis has been expanding his like own personal brand for like a very long time, and at least like observing from the outside, he's made it very clear that he's trying to make whatever his brand, the Lewis Hamilton world of branding, basically into a lifestyle brand. So like he's been doing his merch, there's been music in the past, like the different endeavors that he like dabbles into. So it's not a surprise to me that like he sees this untapped potential of a market, especially in the area of non-alcoholic beverages with the growth that it's seen. And also recently, like while Googling some of this, there's been articles of him in discussion about how he like talks openly how he's like no longer drinks because he'll drink like one or two times a year and just feel like really crappy about it and stuff like that. So my brain's like, you started working on this 2 years ago, so you started talking about this in interviews 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
it's an area within the Lewis Hamilton LH44 like lifestyle. So you have your foundation, you have your merchandise, you have everything else that you can. It's another like check on the list of like ways that he can like pursue an area that he's passionate in while still like being Lewis Hamilton.
So I pulled some hard data, despite saying I didn't Google this before, but I was like, let me see if I can get something from like a Forbes or somewhere reputable. So this is according to Forbes that last year in 2022, no and low alcohol beverages grew by more than 7% in volume sales across the 10 biggest global markets. So that's normally like European markets and the US markets. It's normally a very Western leaning. They don't list what the global markets are, but just so anyone listening to this knows this. And it surpassed 11 billion in market value as a vertical, and that's up from 8 billion in 2018. So just we're saying this is like a growing vertical interest. Like a lot more people are buying or choosing to buy no or low alcohol content beverages. I don't understand low alcohol content beverages. Like, look, if you're gonna drink, just drink. Like, but that's
maybe
me.
Would that be like? No, that's like low carb. I was thinking like a Michelob or like a Miller Lite.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's just like a low proof. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't know what this Forbes article in particular is. They're not being very specific about it, but it just gives you a good scope of it. You've convinced me, though. I do think that I can now connect this to Lewis more than I mentally was. But I do think it's clear that he's passionate about this. And I just like whenever Lewis gets excited or passionate about projects. And like to the fact that there's a lot of like him growing his global brand. Like I will always be supportive of and excited when Lewis does anything that's just not connected to F1. And also we got a great meme out of it.
Oh wait, hold on, I have a cup. That's good. Have you tried it? That's good. No, it's just so casual. We knew what you were doing, Lewis. Thank you for listening to this highlight of episode 41 of Grid Walk. Don't forget to like and subscribe for a ton more F1 videos. And you've listened to this entire thing, so like go listen to the rest of the full episode. It's just as much fun, if not more chaotic. You could click right here for the full thing. Ready? Follow me. Which way? Where do I go? I keep forgetting how to.
That way.
Click right here for the full thing. We're a lot of fun and great time. Click, 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 click.